Hello and welcome to Factified Daily. Today, we will be discussing the topic of why Osama bin Laden was buried at sea in great detail. Osama bin Laden, the founder of the terrorist group Al-Qaeda, was killed in a raid conducted by the United States Navy SEALs on May 2, 2011. After his death, the question of how to dispose of his body arose. The United States government ultimately decided to bury him at sea. There are several reasons why the United States government chose to bury bin Laden at sea. One reason is that the United States wanted to avoid creating a pilgrimage site for extremists. By burying him at sea, there is no physical location that can be turned into a place of worship or veneration. This would also prevent the creation of a shrine or a memorial at a specific location where extremist groups could gather and pay their respects. This would also help to prevent the potential for further acts of terrorism or violence that could be inspired by a physical location associated with bin Laden. Another reason is that the United States wanted to prevent bin Laden's body from being used for propaganda. Burying him at sea meant that his body could not be displayed or used in any way that could be used to incite further violence or inspire others to commit acts of terrorism. This would also prevent extremist groups from using his death as a rallying cry to incite violence or recruit more members. Additionally, the United States government was concerned about the logistics of burying bin Laden on land. The United States has a long history of desecration of the graves of its enemies, and the government did not want to take the risk of bin Laden's grave being vandalized or disturbed. This would also prevent the possibility of the grave becoming a target for vandalism or destruction, which could lead to further acts of violence. Furthermore, Muslim tradition requires a burial as soon as possible after death, and at sea it was possible to bury him as per the tradition. This would also avoid any potential religious or cultural backlash for not following traditional Muslim burial practices. The decision to bury bin Laden at sea was also supported by Islamic legal scholars, who stated that according to Sharia law, a sea burial is permissible in situations where land burial is not possible or practical. In conclusion, the United States government chose to bury Osama bin Laden at sea for several reasons. By burying him at sea, the government was able to prevent the creation of a pilgrimage site for extremists, prevent the use of his body for propaganda, and avoid the logistics and security concerns of burying him on land, while also adhering to Muslim tradition. It's important to note that the burial at sea of bin Laden generated some controversy and criticism, with some arguing that it was not in line with traditional Muslim burial practices and could be seen as disrespectful. However, the U.S. government stated that it followed Islamic customs as much as possible and consulted Islamic scholars to ensure that the burial was conducted in accordance with Islamic law. That concludes our detailed video on Factified Daily about why Osama bin Laden was buried at sea. We hope you found this information informative and interesting. If you did, please hit the like button and share this video with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fact-based content like this. Thank you for watching.